Well, hello everyone. Welcome. As you can see, I have no intro. We're going to work on that. And like they say, the best way to jump into doing live feeds and being online is just do it. And
but you have a title.
Yeah,
got
title
a
would
title. But you have one, isn't it? History Through Canadian Coins.
Yes, that's it, right there. See, it's right there.
There it is. Welcome to History Through Canadian Coinage with the Numismaniac and his sidekick, me,
Dime Bag Darren Lowe.
Canadian coins and more. Yeah. Well, waiting for people to show up, but in the meanwhile, we've had a pretty nice day in good old safe Canada where things are not stormy and not too many fires and no political upheaval, or not much of it anyway. Election is coming, though.
Yeah. People are out doing their thing. They're getting some of the advanced polls in motion here. I actually got notified that my daughter has actually voted for the first time.
That's nice.
Vote time.
That is nice. Now, It's like every time we have an election, and we wouldn't want to try to influence anybody's election choices if you happen to be a Canadian and get to vote. But in my case, I'm just looking at the leader guy. I really am. I'm just looking at the leader guy. It's come to, I want the guy who gave a life of service and not the kid that had the silver spoon. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm just voting for the fellow who gave a life of service and not the kid who was given the silver spoon. That's it. Everybody who's Canadian knows who I'm voting for now. And I'm not a voter who would have gone that way traditionally, but I don't see him as being. We need the other guy. So let's get him. The other thing is he said he would repeal certain laws. It came up recently having to do with ownership of certain things. And I think those things should be owned. I have a friend who owns some of them that they want to take away, and there's no reason for it. They're used for legitimate purposes in feeding his family. You know, once you've got this particular one of these, I'm not going to spoil the stream by mentioning it because you know how YouTube can be, but it was a really, really good one, like $3,000 or $4,000 worth of it. And he's scared that they're going to take it away and give him like next to nothing for it. And he's even to the point where he says, if they have to take it and they paid me appropriately for it, I wouldn't feel bad or as bad. But they're going to take it and they're going to tell me it's a $500 item and pay me that for it. It's not cool. You know, there are match components inside here. It could be used in competition. It's a $3,000 item, not a $1,000 item, you know?
Yeah. Well, let's just hope that people are smart enough to do a little bit of research on their own and not just look for the pretty face. If you can call it pretty face.
My friend would love the People's Party and somebody Bernier, Patrick. It's not Patrick, is it? I don't know. Bernier. He's like the fourth group, and I guess he's kind of the libertarians of Canada, but despite having probably some good things to say, he's too far out of the picture to really Maxime Bernier. He's too far out of the picture to really factor, unfortunately. They didn't even let him on the leaders debate there in English when they had the gal from the Green Party there, so you can see how far detached he is if you're not even ranking with the Green Party.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about what we're going to be doing here for the next little while, which is really the crux of the whole thing. Unlike a lot of the other channels, and there are lots of them out there with great information, we're going to focus on learning more about history through Canadian coinage. And we've got many people, including Darren here, who've got a good insight into what's going on with the coinage throughout history, whether it be details of the coin itself, but also little things that happened during that time period. And that's one of the things. We love history. And that's one of the things that we tend to miss when we get into a lot of these groups, is that we don't discuss, well, what went on during that time frame? What was life like well, and I'm talking since we have such a wide audience, not just in Canada, but also in the United States, Great Britain, all throughout the whole world. So, and to really, get the ball rolling here, let's take a look at. We know that Canadian coinage, and I've done it in some of my previous videos, that we really got the ball rolling pre-Confederation in 1858. A large quantity of coinage was minted by Great Britain, and it was utilized in Canada. And it wasn't until a little later on, especially, what was the date now? I think it was about 1909. No, 1908. 1908 was when they finally established the British mint in Canada. So we weren't getting our coins from the UK. And from there, it was, 1931 was when Canada finally started minting our own coins. So it took a long time. And what I'd like to talk about, and I invite people to come up, just, give me an idea who would like to go up here. I still have to figure out how to get the link in here so that people can come up if they want to. Be able to discuss things that went on during the time frame from 1858 on through, and I'm actually going to start around 1882 because I've covered a lot of the material on my channel. But leading up to it, we're looking at a lot of things went on in Canada and between Canada and the United States between 1858 and 1882. One of the things that we got to understand is our relationship wasn't very good. You understand, during the Civil War, Great Britain backed the South, so they actually backed the Confederacy, and that led to a lot of animosity between the two, and they could have easily gone to war. In fact, a branch in 1864, the Fenians actually organized themselves, and they ended up converging on St. Albans, and they were going to actually invade Canada. But the United States, fortunately, put a kibosh to it, and that didn't come to volition. So it's really. I see Coin World use copy and paste the address bar. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. How do I do that?
I got it.
Good.
I got pasted in there for him.
Thanks. But yeah, we tried very hard to.
I'm sorry. Make me a mod so I can post a link.
Make you a mod. See, I'm learning how to do this.
Getting nowhere. You gotta right click on the three little dots by my name and modify me.
Okay, hold on.
Trying to give Dale the link and I can't.
Nope, that's not it.
Click me until I go.
I'm not seeing three little dots here, buddy.
You gotta find it on the YouTube side, not in StreamYards.
Oh, it's on the YouTube side?
Yeah. You have to be on YouTube.
See, this is how little I know.
You got Dale in bed there. We'll give the.
Oh, of course he is. Okay. Alrighty. I don't see any three little dots here.
Right, you got to kind of be on me. Comment that I've made. Dale says do it in StreamYards. I didn't know you could. Can you see my comment in StreamYards and click it a bunch? I'm in the private.
Oh, in the private. Hold on.
You don't share. YouTube don't share streams. No, do it in StreamYards.
Okay. So I got happy to be there. Now I'm in private chat. And wow.
Because I'm a moderator for YouTube, so you would have to.
You know, it's good that we're learning this now, because I'm sure that and there's Kathy's in
Corner's here, of course.
Nice to see as we try to get the bugs out. Biggest bug is me. Dale says, I'll show you how to do it tomorrow. Yeah, it's not helping me now. Okay, no. Okay, where am I supposed to be looking here? No, you're on quiet now. I can't hear you. Okay. I would love to copy and paste the address bar. Let's see. Guests. Invite a guest.
Oh, I see what he's saying. I think Dale is saying you can get the link, get it, and then you can paste it directly into the chat, but you need to paste it into the YouTube chat. But it's out of StreamYards that you get the link. It says copy link, you copy it, but you got to paste that into the chat on the YouTube side.
Working on it.
StreamYards and chat in the StreamYard. Is it more view on YouTube? I thought I put that link up earlier. I brought it out of the email. Oh, that's right. I'm not blue. That's why. Oh, there it is. Anyway, everybody.
Yeah, I finally figured out how to at least get it on there.
As I say, if I was a moderator, I had it. I was trying to post it just thinking it was going out to everybody, and it wasn't. But we can fix that later.
Yeah, anybody wants to come up? As they say, sharing's caring.
Carry.
And there we go. We got somebody coming up. And we have Kathy's Corner.
Hey, babe. How are you?
Hey, I doing? Not too bad. How you doing?
Okay, I just got off. I just wanted to see how things are doing. Are you able to handle this?
I'm working on it. It's a little bit choppy so far, but we're getting there.
Do you want me to help you? I won't tell you what to do, but I love to tell men what to do. You know I love to tell men what to do. I'm good at telling men what to do. You know I know how to tell a man what to do. Do you want me to
Drop
tell you
your
what
banner
to
so
do?
we can see Kathy's face.
That's
You
awesome.
have to take the banner down.
You can talk to by a forehead.
You know how to do that? That's in your over on the right hand side. There's you have your settings and that. That's okay. I moved my chair up.
Feeling today, Kathy?
I'm doing.
There we go. We got the banner down.
See down at the bottom, there's these little icon with our pictures and that. There's a little thing, and down there you can hit one of those pictures and it'll push us you forward or or you can make it hit the third one in, and that'll move us back so I don't feel like I'm like this.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Down below, yeah.
Anyway, okay, let's see how well we can see there. We're doing things. We're doing things a little bit the rough way. You guys are there.
Okay.
As you can see, we're talking
H mark.
an H mark. That's the Heat and Mint in the UK, and that's
We could make them ourselves.
we weren't quite ready to make them yet. And that was actually, there was a 10-year period where there were no coins printed made at all. So it took quite a while before Canadians started seeing any new coinage made. The other thing too is, especially since I'm using our old penny, the large cents, there were subtle changes that were done on the coins that a lot of people don't notice. I believe there's four different obverses on there. As you know, we see it quite prominently with Queen Elizabeth, where you can see that, you can see she's getting older as she goes on, and she's looking a little more saggy, and big changes. Well, they did that with Queen Victoria too, but it was more for her chin, and she started to look a little saggier and older and plumpier as she went on. So there's at least 4 different obverses that were done of those coins during that period, from 1858 on to her death. So the coins, the Canadian coins, are actually really, really cool. And when you take a look at the stuff that went on here, a good example, when you start looking at these coins when they're moving through the 1880s and on to 1900, a lot of people don't understand that Canada was starting to come forward as its own nation. We were relying less and less on Great Britain, and we were entering into the Second Boer War. And during the time frame of the Second Boer War, Canada that was the first time we actually went to war where we formed our own unit. And that was actually the Royal Canadian Regiment was the first one from the infantry school in London, Ontario. So, a lot of these, you can well imagine a lot of these coins were handled during that period. But, that's kind of a really rough period of time for Canadians as a whole, because, and we were talking, we went through the Riel Rebellion just previous to this, with the Canadian government was adamant about integrating Aboriginals into our society without consideration of their own traditions and whatnot. They're having issues with the United States, and they're trying to make amends with them. It's really, really hard to fathom the mindset of the people back then. I mean, you're looking at a society that's still just moving toward moving away from gas lamps and kerosene to electric light bulbs, to finally getting into away from horse-drawn carriages and starting to move into actually having gas-powered vehicles. It's slowly but surely progressing that way. We're looking at a society that was heavily bent on old traditions that would never be acceptable now. It was the British Empire, especially in Canada, and you saw it throughout the world. I mean, the British Empire was huge at one time. I mean, I'm sure
Britannia was the rule of law. I mean, all these places that still have the Queen, even to this day, on their money.
Yeah, exactly. So when you take a look at that, I mean, it's quite shocking to see how things have really progressed. My goodness. even right down to how much the dollar was worth back then, and how much people were getting paid. Even in our lifetime, I'm sure you know it too, Darren, that we've seen with inflation that what we used to be able to buy for $100. I mean, I remember getting three baskets full of groceries for $100. I'm talking large baskets.
I remember filling up the mini bikes at the gas station for so little compared to what we're paying now, and I really do feel it in the gas prices. I spend almost $20 driving to the workplace and back when I had to go into that office. That's there and back, about $10 each way. A little less, but not enough less to call it 15, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And gas is, it's just crazy. It's $1.50 a liter.
Oh, I know.
Canadians, I don't know what that converts to. Pardon me.
Well, when you consider that, if back in the 1880s, if you were to get $1, you had a lot of money on you. You had a lot of money. I mean, there were all kinds of things that people survived on. $1, if you got $1 a day, oh my goodness, you weren't doing too bad. I invite everybody to take a quick look if you happen to have a set of encyclopedias, which some of us actually still own, or you want to look online. Share with us your idea of what went on during the late 1880s, and share some history with us. Now, here's my offer to you: the person that comes up with the best information to share with us will get a coin. But I'm not going to decide on who gets it. It's going to be those that are online here in the chat that can actually come back and say, okay, and I don't care where you're at, whether you're in Australia or New Zealand or down the US, what kind of information can you get in the 1880s, from 1880 to 1889? Give me some historical information on that time period that we would really like to know about, because that's when these coins were handled.
If I show
what's an encyclopedia? Andrew, yeah, what's an encyclopedia? I'm sorry, son.
I know what an encyclopedia is.
Yeah,
I do.
Word no 99. He's trying to be a smart aleck. I mean, oh my goodness.
This
is an encyclopedia.
Did Newfoundland have its money made in the same way before they were with us? They had that very similar looking coins. Were they made in England for them as well?
They sure did. And an interesting bit of trivia about that: the design of the older coins was actually adopted from the Napoleonic designs.
Okay.
And that's surprising. And the obverse for the Queen was taken from the Jamaican designs.
Nice. So,
and a lot of people
it's not like we sent it there; they sent it here.
Yeah, I mean, why reinvent the wheel, eh?
Okay.
Don says West Virginia became a state.
I found a coin, but this is not it. But I got a new coin, and I don't know what I did with it. But I wanted to talk to you too, about it. But
that's the old effigy of Queen Elizabeth.
Okay, but no, this one was it is an 18 something, and I lost it. I'm sorry.
I don't think that would be 18.
No. This one, no. What was I going to say? But I'm going to go look for my one that I did have. I'm sorry. I'm trying to change cameras and that. Okay, wait a minute. I found an old. Why is this doing this? I'm hitting the wrong button. That's why. It's like an old dime or no, 2 cent. and I think it's silver, but I wasn't sure, and it's Canadian one. And I bought the whole lot because I know you're into Canadian money, and I didn't know if it was silver or not. But okay.
Yeah.
I'm a big
LNW. That was the second Boer War that was going on in the late 1800s. The first Boer War was in the 1850s, and Great Britain did not do well in that one. The South Africans actually forced the Britons out of South Africa for a little while there. Yeah, someone mentioned migration. The migration was a big thing then. They were trying to build the railroad across Canada, just like they did in the States. But there was a depression that went on in the 1880s that kind of slowed things down. It's going to sound like a very small amount of money when you're talking about they were looking at around $25 million that they had invested. And because of the depression, things slowed down. They had to bring in as many people from Europe as they possibly could.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had. If you're talking about personal family experiences, that's a good thing too. I had an ancestor who fell out of the gene pool. Was working on the rail lines out of the town of Essex, and they were hauling explosives, and I guess some of the oh my goodness, what's the liquid called? It's help me, Darren. It's high explosive liquid. Oh, it's rough when you're getting old. You can't remember simple things like that.
Nitroglycerin.
Nitroglycerin had leaked onto the track, and when the train rolled over, it exploded. And there's actually a good article on that. And then apparently they were picking pieces of them off a tree. But that was a family member of mine. Yeah, well, look at that. 1885. This is the Statue of Liberty arrived in New York for assembly. Yeah, we're talking about things that went on there. We got to remember too that the Klondike was starting to move quite a bit then. So we had the gold rushes that were quite prevalent. Mark Twain published Huckleberry Finn. Interesting. 1883, American Red Cross Incorporated by Clara Barton. July 2nd, 1881, President James Garfield shot and wounded by Charles Gettu. Actually, there's a good article on him at the Washington, D.C. train station. That is totally cool. Wow. You got any trivia there too, Darren? You're on silent. We can read lips.
I was not prepared. Trivia, eh? Did you know that before Newfoundland joined Canada, its coins... Wait a second. I blew my trivia earlier. God darn it.
You used it all up.
You know that hemp ropes were... I mean...
I know what hemp... That's where they got smoked the rope.
We're getting some American trivia here. September 19th, 1881, President James Garfield succumbed to the gunshot wound he had received 11 weeks earlier. There's a tough guy. Vice President Chester A. Arthur succeeds him as president. Can you imagine that, hanging on 11 weeks? I'm not going to die. I'm not going to...
It would have been horrible. Now, I understand Chester A. Arthur was a terrible president, from what I read.
Well, if your president gets replaced by a guy because he got shot, there might be something going on in the background of some bad people doing bad things. Look at that. I'm going to go for one of Santa's elves this time around, and if I'm just going to like identify as an elf, right? Because that's how it works, right? Once Christmas comes around,
Well,
I'll
you know,
just identify as an elf,
come November, man, I'm in red.
and I'm an elf.
There you go.
Because that's how I identify as an elf.
Good.
That makes me an elf. Good times. Merry Christmas. Well, so there's 3 of us. There's a couple more people out there. What about other people for our panel today? Anybody else?
Anybody else coming up?
We can just
I had a coin I wanted to show you, but I can't find it. So I'm going to go because my mind is bad. So,
well, you're certainly sounding a lot better than you did the other day.
Yeah, it was nice for you to pop up anyway, Kathy. We appreciate that.
I don't like this. I'm sorry. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Okay,
You're
take
welcome
care.
Anytime, Kathy. Take care.
Anytime, Kathy.
I've been going through American pennies this morning. I don't have that many, so I've been sorting through my American thinking American, not prepared for our Canadian adventure today, unfortunately.
Well, this is a Canadian channel. What did you expect? Even though I don't mind looking at the information from the history from the U.S. because hey, those coins were around then too.
Well, we do accept American at par when it comes to change. So
any day,
they're kind of on an equal footing in a funny way, but not better than us.
What do we got here? July 14, 1881, outlaw Billy the Kid shot and killed by lawman Pat Garrett in New Mexico, in the New Mexico territory.
Oh, really? Okay, wait a second. We can do something to commemorate that. Commemorate that right now. There we go.
Oh, that's
Pat
cool.
All right, commemorating Pat Garrett's killing of Billy the Kid, and of course, Garrett metal detectors, and our friends over in the UK, along with our friend Dale. We have another friend over there who sent me this. You know who?
Kyle.
You know what? I'm wondering if I know him by first name because I'm only thinking of
Happy Coins?
No.
Let's see who else might be.
General Diggle. General Diggle.
Oh, General Diggle. He's cool.
Yeah, and this is from a while back. He did a little giveaway, and I lucked out on a hat and a couple other things from General Diggle. Then General awesome. Diggle. I'm gonna say it the way it's supposed to sound. Supposed to be a play on De Gaulle, right? General De Gaulle.
I'll get to your statement there, LNW, in a second. Robert Mims says that 1882, August 5th, Standard Oil of New Jersey is established. September 4th, 1882, Thomas Edison starts the U.S. first commercial electrical power plant, lighting 1 square mile of lower Manhattan. Very cool. Kicking poor Nikola Tesla to the curb. So was Canada not around during the war? What war are you talking about? I think we were in lots of wars and too many.
I think have we not been in every war sort of ahead of the U.S.?
Yeah, actually, because we were tied in with and this is getting out of the 1800s. But when we got into the Great War in 1914, we went in with the rest of the British Commonwealth. And it wasn't until 1917 that the U.S. came in and helped bolster our forces because we were at a stalemate. It was just a dog's breakfast.
There's no two ways about it. We definitely needed them, but
needed them badly. Yeah.
But we had been in that war, and we, aside from the last one, when I don't even know which one it was, I noted in my history that, hey, we didn't go like in the first wave of dudes this time. That's unusual for us because we're usually always there in the first wave of dudes, right?
Yeah.
That's what I notice about the way we do war.
Mm-hmm. The U.S., if we're talking before World War I, I mean, the U.S. had gone through their Civil War. They actually had the Spanish-American War that they had to go through. They were trying to recover. I mean, the U.S. actually lost a lot of people during this, especially during the Civil War, and it was a recovery period that took decades to try to recover from. Canada was just trying not to rattle the chains of the big guy down south of us at that period, because again, they were kind of pissed at us because we were on the side of the South. So,
well, we had our one little clash that we were able to settle without burning each other completely to the ground, although we did go burn the White House, so there's that.
Well, that was the going back to the War of 1812.
It's the only one we've really had against one another.
We're going the wrong direction here.
Other than trade wars, we've been pretty good, but those trade wars hurt too.
One of the big things that we had that was a clash that had to be resolved and went to the courts, thank God they did it that way, was Alaska. We had quite an issue with Alaska, and actually the states ended up purchasing the Alaska from the Russians, which meant that Canada is now sandwiched between upper United States and lower United States. It's just, we're in the middle. We're like the ham between two slices of bread.
Well, can we trade them Point Roberts here in British Columbia? Because Point Roberts is this really weird piece of land that is cut off from the United States. You have to drive through Canada to get to it. You have to drive through Canada to leave it, yet it's the United States. Let them, maybe we could, make a deal.
That was one of the stupid things that happened when they were trying to resolve the border. I mean, why? Give that little piece should have just went to Canada, but no. Geographically, it just made sense. This COVID, the whole thing with the pandemic has really hurt them badly.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I wouldn't even want to try to manage it.
1882, April 3rd, outlaw Jesse James is shot and killed by Robert Ford. Richard Metcalf, what is a War of 1812 quarter-ounce Canadian proof worth today? I have number 408 of 2000.
At least melt.
At least melt. Yeah. So much for numismatic value. You'd have to look that one up. I would suggest that if you have some serious questions and things, especially when it comes to obscure coinage and you want to really open your eyes, the ANA, the American Numismatic Association website, bar none, is really good. I'd recommend that, and it really covers Canadian and U.S. very, very well. Yes, it did. But I wonder how many people know where that golden spike went in.
They really make a fuss of it in the little city that's got it.
I know. Drive by it when I go into BC. Robert News there was. Go ahead. There's a lot of pro-German support during the early days of World War I due to large amounts of German immigrants. Once the Germans started sinking our ships, that changed. Well,
my whole family was Polish-German, right? And so, I mean, even my mom and dad's, my mom's mother and father spoke German in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Come to Essen. Or Essen. Essen was dinner or whatever. But yeah, my grandfather was pretty much a German guy.
September 5th, 1882, the first commemoration of Labor Day is held in New York City when 10,000 workers hold a labor march. Very interesting. Thank you, Andrew.
And then the government decided these people really do need a day off.
There's one other one I'm thinking of too. The what is it called?
When was Canada first issuing its own money? The earliest Canadian coins that I see in the list are 1858. So
but they weren't made by. They were made by Britain.
But at that point is when we started to use our own money. It was made by Britain, but it was, it was our money made by them. So I would still use that date. But when did we start making our own money? It was within 10 years of that, right? When we were switched over to ourselves.
It was actually, it was 1908 when we finally got the coins minted here. Even though it was still part of the Royal Mint in the UK, it was actually on Canadian soil.
So, for example, with the penny, there's a run from 58 to 59 they call Victoria. Those would have been made there. 1876 to 1901, Victoria would have been made out of country. But then the run 1902 to 1910, Edward the Seven, those would have been made by us at some point.
Yes, yeah. And like I say, you look at the 1876, 1881, and 1882. They have the H mark on it for the heat and mint. Let's see if I get one here. Where'd you go? There it is. So you see the heat and mint. There we go, right there. Coins in Canada. Great website.
So when do we figure we started making them, in what year?
In Canada? That would have been 1908. And in 1931 was when we finally took it over from Great Britain. It was ours.
Or said there. Mostly copper, obviously. 5.67 grams.
Yeah.
P.W. Dissolier. Smooth and non-magnetic like you'd expect. I need a few of these large cents quite badly. Look at all the differences that the varieties or errors that they're finding. I just hope to find one. Not so concerned about varieties or errors. What are you gonna do? I'm waiting for the coin shop to open so I can go in. My coin shop here is a glorified card shop, so it's really not. There's nothing to see there,
That does make it hard when you don't have a decent LCS nearby. Fortunately, though, with this coin community, you can find people that actually have extras. I had lots of large pennies, but they all went to the extras. Well, went to my grandson. I got to keep him motivated.
There was a lot up for auction at a popular website we all know. And unfortunately, they didn't ship to the state or to Canada, regardless, no matter what, unless I had a U.S. address. And although I could lean on some of my friends, I would like to arrange that ahead of time, not just spurt out an address of somebody, then afterwards get a hold of them and say, "Oh, by the way, I'm having some stuff sent to me through you, if that's okay," But I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I've sent a few wins away by mail, and they seem to have gotten there fine. Then the other day, I actually sold a couple of things, and I made videos of making the packaging, doing the whole thing, like driving to the post office. I have a video of me handing the thing to the post office people, them putting all the stamps on it, by airmail, and then I have the video of it with all the stamps on it, and then Now it's like I don't have insurance, but there's the proof that I absolutely sent it. And I made the videos for each person seeing their package being dropped off at Canada Post and on what day. So we'll see how long it takes. I can, by what George has said, I'm counting on the reliability of it. It may take a long time, and I don't have a problem with that, but it sounds reliable enough to use. It really does. So when I had these other people balk at, well, we can't send it by regular mail, I'm thinking, why not? Like, just put it in a Christmas card and send it to me. That seems to work just fine.
I do the same thing. I even do it down the States. If it's a low value coin, I'm not going to worry if it disappears. And I've not had one disappear on me. I mean, I've heard horror stories of people sending stuff out and going to the wrong country, but I've never had that problem.
People on my end asked me about my risk in it. And when I sent the book of quarters to Jack Gallman, I sent them tracked because that was, a bit of an endeavor to put together. But the things I've sent out otherwise, figure, I'll tell you what, if you really don't get them, let me know. I'll put together, I will track it to you, and then that's it. We'll just be done. I'll make sure you get it, and then, that deal will be done. Because that's the only way I can do it. There's not enough there. Like, even when I send out a bunch of quarters and a loony or toonie or sets of them, what do you got? $10, $12, $15 worth of actual, not based on how hard they are to find. We all know that. But in actual currency, you're dropping $15. I can take that loss once. That's I'm self-insured from that point of view.
Boy. Yeah, I've sent as many as 36 coins, as long as they're laid out properly. I use our wonderful little mailers that Canada Post has. These wonderful little things here.
How much are they?
And it doesn't cost me very much to send them out.
Well, they do have those where I go drop off the mail, but the wife went to Value Village and picked up. I'll show you. It's full of cards, and this was a grand total of $1.99, and it's just all different cards with their envelopes and that. So everybody gets somebody's going to get Happy Mother's Day, sweetheart. I don't care. Somebody is going to get Happy Mother's Day, sweetheart. And the thing is, too, I probably won't even deface the cards, so that when they get the cards, they can send them out to other people if they want to.
I'm just looking that we got someone Coin World UK. I don't know what happened there. Sorry, buddy. I don't know how you got timed out here. I'm just learning here. Probably just thick fingers hitting the wrong button. I'm trying to get you up to talk to us here. This is one of the things maybe afterwards we can sit down and talk about, Darren, and figure out all the little idiosyncrasies that I need to clear up so that we're working properly.
I've got a pretty heavy gate on my microphone right now because my window's open, traffic's driving by, so I'm trying to gate that out. So in order for me to stay on mic, I got to be nice and loud and into the mic. One of the other Wordna99 was mentioning I've been cutting out, which what happens if I get off the mic at all, the gate kicks in and then keeps the silence going on because I don't want to get a lot of noise from the road that's right beside me here. Anglo-Saxons, a lot of religious changes. Anglo-Saxons cause a lot of religious changes. Yeah, probably. Hello, LNW show. Hello.
Okay, now we got Coin World UK there. Okay, buddy. I don't know what happened. Didn't we put a link up for him?
We did. You did.
I did.
Me, I'm not modded yet.
I still haven't figured out how to do that yet.
To make a mod, you got to do it while you're watching YouTube. You have to have the
while
YouTube
I'm
side
watching. Yeah, I got YouTube on my other phone.
You can't mod somebody from your phone. You got to do it in actual YouTube on your computer.
Okay, well,
that's all right.
Now, there you go. I'm going to change that right now. I'll take that down. I'll get OBS off this if I can figure out how.
A lot of drive-by traffic right now. I turned that gate up a little higher.
There we go. We're gonna.
My street is unfortunately some sort of drag strip, so.
Oh, that's. I'm glad I'm on a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, no kidding. That's some nice living there. We got a nice house, but it's on a street that is very long, and people tend to accelerate through.
I'm gonna make a few people mods here so that they can help me out here.
Through. Idea.
All right, now what are we looking at here? We're looking at, okay, Coin World, and click on my name. Oh, look at that. Okay. Oh, perfect. Got that. And
got it figured out.
Dime bag. Yeah. See, I wouldn't have known that.
Earlier, Dale was directing you where to get the link, and that's in StreamYards, and you need to post it in, obviously, YouTube chat, but you need to get the link from StreamYards. At the same time, I was directing you to where you need to be to make a mod, and you have to be, obviously, where you are now.
Yeah. Now, type something in chat then, Darren, so I can make him. Oh, there it is. Oh,
there we
go. What a relief.
Now I can paste things in there. Great. Yeah, I always have the YouTube up and running on a different tab, but muted.
I'm going to have to work on my setup because I do have a laptop and a desktop and 2 phones. And it's just a matter of trying to figure out how everything kind of syncs into one another. I've seen your setup. It like blows me away.
Well, the thing is, there's nothing special about it aside from you're seeing a bunch of screens, right? My computer's old and slow and isn't the half of most people's computers these days. Everybody I know's got a better computer than me. If I got a new computer today, I'd be looking for one with a really good CPU, and I would just take this very same video card and put it in there because all I need to do is run multiple screens. My older video card does that just fine. It's not good for gaming, and I'm not a gamer, so I don't care. So I'm not going to invest in video card, but I would like I got a processor that's kind of like an Intel 4000 series processor, and they're on Intel 11,000 series processors now. So if you get an Intel i10 something or Intel i9 something, you're cooking with gas. You don't got to worry about your computer anymore, not for what we do. You may want a video card that can support multiple monitors to fill out the whole look of it. So you have all these, places to look here, here, and here. And all you need is a decent video card. Any computer will allow you 2 monitors, but if you want 3 or 4, you'll need a video card. Not to use in conjunction with the 2 that can already be done on the computer, but to take over and support all the monitors you're going to be using. So like I said, NVIDIA GTX 660, which is well out of, like you're finding that sucker used. It's to the point kids would not want to use that for gaming, and it does the job that you're looking to do if all you want is up to 4 monitors running, on your machine. So that's on a laptop though. 1 extra monitor is no problem at all for any laptop.
I'm gonna work on getting that straightened away. And before we move on to, can I put links in for people? Absolutely, you can. Absolutely, you can. The coin collecting community is huge, and I'm finding besides you got people who are running auctions, you got people who are running games, you got ones that are doing educational videos from different countries. It's so diverse. It's amazing. I mean, like this one here is primarily education, which I'm I think we have a niche for, but like I flog albums. I'm not saying Lighthouse is the best, even though I do prefer it. The beauty of having an album, especially for those that are just getting into coin collecting, is that these albums, they have really good information. Yeah, exactly. Great information on the inside covers, telling you mintages and telling you where things are made and whatnot. These are great, and you're not dealing with the plastic that'll harm your what is it called?
PVC, polyvinyl chloride.
Yeah, those are the ones you don't want. You know, have an album. It sorts, you know, makes organizing your collection way better.
You know what, though? It frames up your challenges, too. I know where I'm missing a coin. I know which coin I need. Having it in a big pile doesn't really focus you at all. Whereas I look down into my book and it's like, darn, I really need the such and thus. And I know what to ask for when I'm talking to friends. Hey, do you have a, X particular coin?
Hey, Manveer, how you doing, buddy? Oh, my goodness, ever nice to see you on.
Manveer, silver, gold, Saini. I don't know what Saini means, but welcome.
Manveer collects a lot of Indian coins from India.
Cool, like Anna's and
Anna's, all that stuff. Like really cool coins.
Speaking of really cool things, I really need coffee. I shall return.
Yeah, and you know what? The other thing too is, besides the historical side and in the hobby, one of the things that I highly recommend you spending, and you don't have to spend a lot of money, get yourself a coin microscope. Get yourself a set of calipers. Get yourself a decent magnifying glass that you can check your coins out with. What else can you have? One of the things that a lot of people do, they utilize the 2x2 flips. Get yourself something where you can press the staples down so that you're not tearing your pages, that sort of thing. There's all kinds of things that you could do. Anyway, I've had some really good bits of history that have been put on here. You as a collective, who do you think besides me, who do you think gave you the best information today that you think deserves a coin? I'll watch the channel and just type in the person's name there, and I will jot it down, and whoever that is will get the coin out of my bucket list bucket, which, by the way, contains a bunch of 2x2 flips and a whole wide range of different coins. And each person that when I come on twice a week, I'll pick one person out of here, and whatever person it is will get that coin, and I'll just get their email, and I'll put my email address up there, and you can write me your address and I'll send it out to you.
So here's a good thing you're going to need that's available cheaply. You're going to want to weigh coins every now and then. So you're going to want one of these inexpensive digital sort of scales that will help you determine between coins you wonder if are real or not.
See, I forgot to mention that one because I have one too. Very handy to have.
And Patrick said you might want some of these. You might not know what these are when he said the name, but they allow you to measure the thickness of things.
The caliper.
Calipers. That's what a caliper is. And that'll give you a number of thickness when you have a battery in it, and measure thickness of things just by closing the jaws down on them, whatever thickness it happens to be. That's how the caliper works, and that's what a caliper is.
And they're not that expensive.
No, you can buy them very inexpensively too, and they're more than accurate enough.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody spent $100 on theirs. Don't worry about that. So those are some of the tools we use. The other thing is, and there's a cool thing, have you ever seen one of those magnet slides for silver?
Yes, I have seen those. Those are cool.
A cool tool is a slide on about a 45-degree angle that's basically made of magnets, but has a surface that wouldn't scratch your coins if you were to, and this is what you do, you take coins and put them at the top of the slide and let them slide down it. Now, if you have a silver coin, it has resistance to magnetism, but isn't magnetic the way you would think, but it slows way down on the way that this slides so much that it's obvious. Anything that wouldn't be silver just zips down the slide like gravity has its full effect. But silver is affected by the magnetic field such that it goes very slowly. Definitely doesn't stop. If it stopped, you got yourself something non-silver for sure. But an interesting new tool, not new, but additional tool. I don't own one.
It's better than just having an earth magnet, even though those, if you that's all you got, that's great. It's better than nothing.
Well, let's face it, if it sticks to it, you don't got silver, but
That's for sure.
what you got is up for grabs. Oh, what do we have? Muscle Shell in the house. Evil Large Conservative in the house. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, guys, and share out, because I'll be back on where are we now? On Wednesday, same time, same bat channel.
You're going to do it at the same time on Wednesday?
Same time every twice a week for an hour.
Then Wednesday night, I'm going to try to go live from karaoke again. Hopefully, improve the sound of it, because the sound is horrible right now. It's not working out yet, but you
Still
can
trying
see
to
the
figure out
people
who
having
that
fun.
singer was. He was pretty good.
Well, I'm blessed with a few people that come out basically every week. So if you tune in, you'll see a lot of the same people, like a core group. So, and yeah, I'm blessed with good singers. I can't go wrong there in Kitsilano.
I'm not seeing any names coming up. Who do you think had the best? And you can't pick yourself. Who do you think gave the best information for today?
Evil Arch Conservative says gas stations in my area will sell small scales, but not for coin collectors. Well, we don't care why they sell them. If they measure down to the 100th of a gram, you got a good scale for coins there. Even mine only measures tenths of grams, which makes it a little less accurate. But if you get a point and two numbers after your point, then you have a scale suitable for coins.
Mm-hmm. Me. Yeah, okay.
Gimme, never gets. Don't you know your manners yet?
I know you're online tomorrow there, Dale. Yes, those of you that have never visited Coin World UK Battle Chat, be there, be square. It's 13:30 hours Mountain Standard Time, which is about 15:30 hours Eastern.
Well, I see Always Wanting More Silver was trying very hard to give us good info here. Scrolling back through, we got May 21st, 1883, the American Red Cross is incorporated by Clara Barton. July 2nd, 1881, President James Garfield shot and wounded. Getting us the good facts there and working hard. I see a couple of posts from them. They were certainly working. Robert Mims also giving us the good info. One of you guys made the best contribution to the show today. I just wonder which one.
No, you can't pick me. I'm
Robert Mims is a wealth of knowledge no matter where he goes.
So we've got one for Robert Mims. Anybody else?
Weird Nah 99, whose name I don't recognize, but a new fellow, I guess, talking to us about the adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Huckleberry. Like that word, Huckleberry.
Oh, you're welcome there, Jason. I'm glad you got it. I sent Sandman Coins and Collectibles a bunch of dimes.
All the dimes you got from George?
18:30 hours GMT. I don't get no dimes from George.
I must have received 20 or so far.
I did decide to pick up a couple of those UN loonies, though, because they're getting harder to find. But when he says, what do you want, a toonie, or do you want a 40%er? Well, what do you think I'm going to pick as a Canadian? Give me the 40%er.
I picked the loonies for a little while, so I got a few under my belt. But now that I've got a couple, I'm thinking, the harder thing for me to get, not even that it's 40%, but that it's an American coin that I'm not going to come across. Otherwise, it's not going to land in my, in my change. So anything odd that I wouldn't get otherwise is more interesting to me than something I'm going to find without help. Probably. Though I'd love to get a box of toonies, I just don't have the scratch to drop off $1,000 and pick up a box.
I don't know, Robert. Given Worden on 99's, he beats me so bad at cribbage this last week. He does. I don't think he deserves anything. But anyway, so
there's an underrunning overtone here.
So Worden, I guess you're the one that gets it. But come 2 days from now, let's have some more input and get more votes in here. Okay, I'm not looking. Whatever I pull out, that's what you get.
Got them flipped up. What is it?
You get a. Oh, oops! Look at that, a 73.
Go big screen. Show it off.
Hello. Jump.
Click.
Get big. How do you get it big?
That's what she said.
And I got a feeling it's going to be a regular one, but it's still a commemorative. I
have not had any luck finding the large breast version of that.
I have both, but the large breast one I have is got a scratch in it, and I'm looking for a better one. So the best one I found so far is probably around $500.
Really? Yeah, no such luck finding them yet here, but I do have at least a whole roll of the version.
Wow. How are we doing here? Well, look at that. We've done our hour. I don't want to cross over all those wonderful channels that are out there. I just want to thank Darren for coming up. Others
all
can
we
come
need
up.
Now is a raid.
Yeah. Who we got?
See what's up. I'm checking now. Okay, so Dolls is on, Mai is on, Copper Coins is on, Can's on, Coin Op is on, Big T is on. I don't know. I kind of lean towards Can, but you're the man.
You know what? I really like Can a lot, and
he's got a lot of people
great...
watching. 61. So we're not. I mean, we're helping, but we're not helping anybody small. He's doing better than most of us from the point of view of people who like him, because he's pretty easy to like. But I like him, so I'm good with that. If you are.
Well, first day, yeah, let's do Can collectibles. That's awesome. I will
get the link for us right now.
Awesome. So we're doing a Can collectibles raid.
The link is in the chat.
And in between time, and for today, thank you for coming out, and we will see you folks on Wednesday. Same bat time.
Maniac, he knows about coins and he'll teach you something if you drop by. Thank you for coming. Come again. Stay well. We'll see you later.
Bada boom. Take care, guys.